Through 1,163 hours and thousands of games, I'm going to be showing you guys my top 5 favorite defenses in Madden 25. This video is going to show you your substitutions, your coverage adjustments, how to switch stick, how to set up the blitz from each formation, and how to set up your coverage adjustments as well. Now, the first formation right here is 3-4 odd. We're going to be also running 4-3 even 6-1. We're also going to be running nickel 2-4. We're also going to be running 2-4 double mug. And we're also going to be running 1-4 dime as well. All of these formations can be found in the Minnesota Vikings defensive playbook. Now, when we go up to 3-4 odd here, the first thing we want to do is press triangle to go right into our coaching adjustments here. And you see Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham. They're on our edge. We want linebackers there just because linebackers, they're better in coverage, they're typically faster, and we want Josh Sweat and stuff blitzing 24/7. You can put Josh Sweat right here and then put Milton Williams right here, but we don't want blitzers or pass rushers like Josh Sweat out in coverage. We don't want that. Next thing we want to do is press R3 to go into our coaching adjustments, turn off auto flip, and go right into pinch buck 0. Once you're in the play, the first thing you want to do is press triangle and R1 to show blitz. That's going to bring all your safeties, all your linebackers and corners down a little further. Next thing we want to do is you want to press triangle and left stick down to press. Now, typically what I like to do is I like to shade inside, especially if I'm playing press man coverage, because not a lot of people are going to run corner routes. Not a lot of people are going to, run speed outs and stuff like that against press man coverage. This linebacker right here, now, if your opponent is blocking the running back a lot, you want to blitz him. Because now we're sending 7 versus 6, and obviously we're going to get a free rusher, and we're going to be able to sack the quarterback or hit him. If they're sending out the running back a lot, easily just man him up. So click on the receiver, or click on the linebacker, sorry, and then press X, right stick up, and then man up the running back. Now, once you set up the blitz aspect, get on this top safety right here. Now, Cooper DeJean is a safety for me. I'm going to bring him down in the box, and I'm going to try to press this slot receiver the best I can and take him out of the play. Now, as you can see, that was super fast pressure. Now, if you're a little bit worried about the running back getting open, either one, you can just man him up with the linebacker, right? And if you are just playing stock man-to-man coverage, I would just highly recommend just sticking to that. Don't really get too cute with those zone adjustments because you could be giving up a big, long touchdown. Just stick to sending 6 and 7 people. Try to catch your opponent off guard. And if they're blocking their running back 100% of the time, just blitz 7 people all the time. Now, I'm going to show you guys a very good coverage look that I love in this game. Right here, I put basically a cover 3 on the left. And then right here, I'm going to put a deep half and then a hard flat, basically a cover 2. Right here, we're going to try to distract this right guard. So if we distract the right guard correctly, we can get a free rusher. So you see there's 3 people, Bond, Carter, and Burks, all on that one side, and there's 2 offensive linemen. So if that tight end go out on a route, we can distract this right guard right here and get the free rusher on the edge. So right there, as you can see, I distracted that right guard right there, and you could have easily seen that right side guy was coming in absolutely clean. So just distract that right side guy, and you will be able to get instant pressure almost every single time. Now, if you wanted to drop this guy in the left right here into a vert hook or something like that, yellow zone, you can get pressure like this with only 4 people as well. So if this tight end goes out on a route, we should be able to get instant pressure as well. So right here, as you can see, that left side guy comes screaming in. He had to throw that off his back foot. So as you can see, the blitz aspect is relatively easy. Now with pitch puck 0, you do want to switch up your coverages. You want to send 7 one play, and then you want to send 4 another play, and then send 5 another play, and then send 7, then man coverage, then zone coverage. So just switch it up a lot in pinch buck 0, and you're going to be able to trip a lot of people up, especially if you're only blitzing 4 or 5 people and you're getting instant pressure like that. Now for 4-3 even 6-1, on our outside guys right here, we want to put our linebackers again. So right here, we're going to put Burks in, and then we're going to put this guy, Trotter, I guess. Now, for 4-3, 6-1 even, I typically like to run base. So right here, it's basically just a cover 4. I recommend bringing these safeties down a little bit further if you can. So obviously, cover 4 quarters, just stock is not going to be that great. We're going to have to make adjustments out of this. Typically, I like to put a soft squat on the weaker side of the field. So I like to put a cover 2 on the weaker side of the field, and then have a cover 3 on the stronger side of the field. Now, you can contain if you want, if your opponent, likes to roll outside the pocket. I don't usually like to contain. I feel like I get more pressure if I don't contain right here. And your job as a user, just guard anything over the middle of the field. This curl right here. Now, that curl was open. Barely, though. That was a tight read. Those are the type of reads you can kind of live with. Here's another adjustment I like. I like to drop this guy in a hook right here, and then have an inside third, and basically just play a cover 3, and then have hard flats on my 2 linebackers. Now, you can contain if you want, but I feel like the stock 4-man pass rush is pretty solid out of here. But as you can see right here, just user anything down in the middle of the field right there. It's definitely not open. But now that's it really about cover 4 quarters. Occasionally, you know, you'll be able to run match. Like sometimes you can mix match in a little bit. But I feel like if you're running match out of 6-1 even, it's really not that good in my opinion. If you mix in your cover 4 quarters with Samuel Blitz right here, this is what's going to make the world of a difference. So now okay, we're sending 6. So now we're sending 6 right here. And the man coverage at a 6-1 is actually pretty solid. When you do blitz 6 people, you do want to get the attention of the center, though. Just so it's like you're blitzing 7 people, but you're only blitzing 6. So it's like you're getting the attention of the center, you're taking them out of the play, and that's going to allow your rushers on the edge to come in clean. Now, right here, I'm going to try to do that. Right there, as you can see, the attention of the center got Mahomes hit right there, and it was only a few yards. But my other favorite setup is having basically a cover 2 out there. So putting my 2 outside corners in hard flats, and then having deep halves on my 2 safeties right here. Put your user in an assignment, and then go down here and try to disrupt this center right here, kind of take him out of the play. And your edge guys should come in completely clean. Try to run back and guard any type of drags or slants and stuff like that. As that, you know, that curl right there. Now, I had 2 rushers come in absolutely clean, but they went after the running back since it was a play action. And that's really it about 6-1. Just really mix up your coverages a lot. Blitz 4, 5, 6 people. Crash your line around. See if you can get any type of pressure. You know, try to crash it left. Try to, you know, slide your line right. And see if you can get any type of free rushers come in. And stuff like that. The next formation up is probably the most simple and easiest one. It's 2-4 nickel here. Now, I highly recommend having a, you know, safeties in at linebacker. Since Zach Bond is a, you know, superstar, I'm not going to really take him out. But the other guy I'm definitely taking out. I think that really should be it. The plays we're going to be really focused on is cover 4 quarters, so match. Cover 3 cloud, having Tampa 2 in there, and that should be really about it. And you want to have auto flip on and auto alignment default as well. Now, what 2-4 nickel is really good for is this match coverage. If you don't know what match coverage is, it's basically zone coverage, but it turns into man coverage. So eventually, once one of these receivers run into a zone, so one of these deep blue zones or one of these quarter flats, it'll match onto it, so it'll run with it like it's man coverage. They run the ball, but usually, you know, since it is a cover 4 defense and you're bringing those safeties down, it should be pretty good run defense. Right here, we're going to use this 3-rec, so this yellow zone right here. And we're just going to try to patrol the middle of the field while our defense does the rest. Now, right here, as you can see, right there, I mean, our safety pretty much matched onto that little angle route, I guess you could say. And obviously now he has a self-pick 6. I mean, the running back didn't really help by, you know, dropping that pass. But, I mean, our player was going to get there regardless. He was going to be able to make that tackle anyways. As you see here, this is perfect definition of match coverage. That was perfect match coverage right there. The D-line just didn't fight for us at all, but that was perfect match coverage. So that whip right there, absolutely bags. So match coverage is going to be really strong against whips and zig routes. It's going to be very strong against those corner routes. So a lot of the meta routes, it's going to take away. But once you also pair it up with cover 3 cloud right here, this is how it looks stock. And the way I like to run it is I like to take this safety right here, not the inside third, but I like to take the outside third from the safety. I like to turn it into a deep half. The cover 3 is weak against the seams. I don't want people attacking the seams. Now with this outside cloud right here, you can keep him a cloud, you can turn him into a hard flat, or what I like to do is I like to turn him to a soft squat. And sometimes what I like to do with my linebacker in cover 3 cloud is I like to press the tight end. You don't have to, but if the tight end or a receiver is just absolutely killing you, you can user press as well. Now, I like to shade this down and have hard flats and my hook zones play a little bit lower. Right here, just user patrol the middle of the field. As you could see, I mean, that was pretty good defense. I don't know where the D-line's at, but that was pretty good defense nonetheless. And right here, as you can see, yeah, I mean, you just take everything away with your user, you shade down, force them to have to go deep, and rely on those sheds. Now, it might be a little weaker in here than Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team, you know, you have those Colossus and Unstoppable Force and all those abilities. I can definitely see it being a little worse in regs. Next, we're going to be focused on the 2-4 double mug. One of my favorite formations in Madden 25. I mean, this is my favorite defensive formation. I've been running this all year long since the beginning of Madden, but we're going to be focused on this mid blitz 0. We want auto flip off and auto alignment on default. You want this on default. Do not have it base. Never run mug base. always run this default. Now this is how we're looking stock, and there's a man coverage aspect of this and a zone coverage aspect of this. So the way we want to run the man coverage aspect is we're going to press and shade down. So triangle left stick down, triangle right stick down. Now we're shading down and underneath. So any like type of drags, any, you know, slant should get relatively bagged. Now we're going to want to put our 2 top safeties in deep halves. Okay. So we're basically running 2-man under. Then we're going to want to man up the tight end with this linebacker right here, and then we're going to man up the running back with the other linebacker right here. Now, we're going to take this guy out the gap, and we're going to hover over the tight end right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to jam him. Obviously, we're going to user jam him, and then we're going to, as he's user jamming him, we're going to switch stick up with our right stick. So we're going to flick our right stick up to switch stick to one of these top safeties, and we're going to try to guard, you know, things such as corner routes, things such as, you know, in routes, posts, stuff like that, to try to help and support our man coverage. You can shade inside if you want. I typically like shade inside, and then I'll switch stick and try to shade more outside. So like, you know, I'll switch stick up here, and then I'll anticipate like a corner out or something like that, because if I'm shading inside, nothing inside should really get open. You know, sometimes, you know, things will get open. It's man coverage, things will get beat, but just try to support more of the outside than inside, because, you know, obviously you're shading inside, so the inside should be relatively bagged. Now, we're going to jam the tight end right here, and then we're going to switch stick up top, and look at how baggy that shade underneath man coverage is. Shaded down, underneath, inside. I mean, that is absolutely just cage out there. I mean, that was an in route, or a post, sorry. So right here, as you can see, I mean, look at the press coverage right there. Look at Darius Slay. Look at the guy that just hit him right there. Double mug is so good when it comes to man coverage. If you want to run man coverage, double mug is the move. My favorite defense in Madden 25. But the way we want to set up our zone aspect of this is we're going to want to press again. Then we're going to put our outside guy in an outside third. We're going to want to put our slot corner in a hard flat. We're going to put this guy in an inside third, so our top safety. We're going to put our other safety in a deep half, and then put our other corner right here in a hard flat. Now, and then put our 2 inside guys in hook curls. The way you want to run this is the stronger side always wants to be a cover 3, and then the weaker side you typically want to run the cover 2. Now right here you want to run outside like you are going to press them. You know, you're pressing all the time in man coverage. You want to run out like you're going to press, but don't obviously actually press because it's zone coverage. But you want to give your opponent the same look, right? That's the objective of double mug. We want to give them the same look. We want to confuse them when we're switching to man, zone, and stuff like that. Now, you can set up contains if you want. I typically don't like to because it just messes with your sheds. But right there, only a 5-yard gain. I'm not tripping over that. Last and final defense is the dime 1-4 defense. This defense is typically ran by pro players. It is probably the best all-around defense in Madden 25. So right here in our dime, I'm going to sub in some of our safeties here. Zach Bond has an X factor, so I'm not going to sub him. But if we're in dime 1-4 right here, we want to be off on auto flip and then base aligned. And the plays we're going to be focused on is cover 3 crossfire, DBL safety go, and cover 4 drop. Press R2 to go right into your audibles and make sure you have cover 4 drop and cover 3 crossfire in there. This will be important later. Now this is how we're looking at a cover 3 crossfire, and what we're going to be setting up is a loop blitz. So basically what we want to do is we want to press left on D-pad, left stick down. We're going to press left on the D-pad again, right stick down. So we pinched our line and we crashed down. Now we're going to take our user right here and we're going to put him in a hook curl. The weaker side safety is going to be in a hook curl. The stronger side safety is going to be an inside third, this deep blue right here. Now watch this linebacker on the right side of the field. He's going to loop in and hopefully come in completely clean. Now he kind of did loop in and kind of stop that run right there. And as you see, the linebacker just comes in completely clean. Now, you know, obviously they had some pretty a good dot there, but the other way I like to set this up is I like to put an inside third on the strong side safety again, put a deep half, a vert hook on my slot corner, and a hard flat on my outside corner. I like to do this on the weaker side of the field. So the side where, you know, there's less receiving threats, I like to put like cover 2, and then have a cover 3 on the other side. Now you can see the linebackers kind of come around the edge. He doesn't get in there that time, but it's getting in there every single time. But Mahomes is just getting rid of the ball before, you know, he actually gets there. Yeah, as you can see, the linebacker's getting in there every single time, but the CPU's throwing the ball before, you know, obviously he gets in there. Let's come out in DBL safety go right here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have cover 4 drop in our audibles here and dime 1-4. So we're going to have our cover 4 drop in our audibles. I typically like to back off the safeties a little bit. So once we're in safety, double safety go right here, we're going to do something called the engage blitz. And what the engage blitz is is where we take our linebacker right here. We're going to blitz our one linebacker, and then we're going to take our linebacker right here, and we're going to engage into this guard right here. And we're basically going to take the guard out of the play, and our linebacker is going to shoot in free. Right here, as you can see, I did it perfectly. That linebacker came right in for that run, but hopefully I can get it in a pass play here. I typically like to set up contains as well, just so when the engaged blitzer comes in, he can't scramble outside and try to complete a pass. So I like to keep him relatively in the pocket right here. As you can see, that engaged blitzer comes screaming in. I mean, that dude had no chance. And that's really it, man. I mean, this play, the engaged blitz is so tough to stop. It's really hard, especially if you don't have good pocket. Yeah, those are my top 5 defenses, guys. Let me know if I should do offense next. I think I'm going to, especially with my new offense. But if you guys did like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.